just got to finish this one last essay so I can graduate. As the class of 2011 gathers together for the final time, the graduating seniors will look once more around the Bearcat Gymnasium before saying their final farewell. We will all stand, shake hands firmly with the school board, and accept our diplomas. I am now a high school graduate. Okay, well, I guess it's safe to say, the end. Safe. It's taken me 18 years to write that. Well, there's a lot in it. But I'm proud of what I've written. And don't worry, Mrs. Howard, wherever you are, there are plenty of illusions in it. And, Mrs. Williams, here's my note cards. I know they're late, but it's better late than never. What I've written here is a book. A book about us. 4 years ago, we all came through these doors as clueless freshmen, every last one of us. Even me. And now, on this day, I am happy to say that we are all slightly less clueless. High school, unfortunately, comes during a time where we're just starting to figure out what we want to do with our lives. And unfortunately, everybody is pressuring us to making up our minds right then and there. The good thing, though, is that our time here has given us the chance to find our voice, find our purpose, find a direction in our lives, whether it be through academics or athletics, performance, vocational, military, or maybe just straight into the workforce. There is no correct path, but the path that you choose. And we are at a point in our lives where we were able to make that decision. The responsibility for our future is ours. Now, our class has been able to use the teachers and the administrators of this school as a foundation for our future. We will take the knowledge they've given us, the confidence they have instilled in us, and the experiences of the last 4 years, good and bad, to leave and become our own individual. Now, I am not going to tell you what kind of individual to be. That is a decision each of you has to make. You have to find your own dream and your own passion, and you have to follow it. The sequel to this story starts tomorrow. And each of you is a main character. You write the story of your lives, and you forge your own path. Will it be easy? Hopefully not. The experience only serves to make you stronger. You never know what life will bring you. If everything comes easy for you and then life takes it all away, what then? Will you be able to cope and move on? If these last 4 years have taught us anything, it's that people will come and go in our lives. They will touch our hearts. They will influence us. And they will leave an imprint on us that will mark us forever. Now, one of these people, my grandfather, he always said to me, all the challenges, the bad choices, the things we don't plan on, I wouldn't change any of them. It makes me stronger. It teaches me where I went wrong and what to do next time. Now, don't let anybody say that they're safe from any kind of mistake. Anything can happen. But we have spent 4 years learning from some of the greatest minds in our community about how to be good people and how to make good choices. We owe a lot to these teachers for their commitment to passing on their knowledge to us so that we can make a contribution to our families, our communities, and our futures. Now, I know that all of you are tired of hearing the word future. It seems like pretty much all you hear about these days. But I'm going to make a very obvious and very true statement. The future is coming. At the same time, don't be so focused on the future that you ignore the present. And don't forget the past, or your future will only repeat it. So here's my challenge for you. I challenge you to take risks. Do something you've never done but always wanted to. Learn something new. Do something different. Now, you may not succeed, and some people may not agree with you. but at least you tried to accomplish what you wanted to do, and you left with the effort and the experience as your reward. If you do nothing more than get out of your parents' basements, I encourage you to become that independent adult you always say you want to be. And please, don't take no for an answer. If you are truly passionate about something, you will find a way to make it happen. Now, please keep it legal and please keep it within your morals. But make your future what you want it to be. And don't let anyone stop you. Now, the world around you will influence you. But it's you who chooses how that influence will impact you. It's what makes you who you are and what you will become. Change is an exciting and inevitable occurrence. And guaranteed, who you were in high school is not who you're going to be as an adult. But who we become is due in a large part to who we were. Now, you can be anything. You can do anything. And that's why I said to find your dream and your passion, stick with it. Take a leap of faith and run with it. Because if you say you can, then you're absolutely right. So, here we are. The end of Book 1, the first 18 chapters in our lives. But I have an endless supply of blank pages to use, and I'm going to need them. Because starting tomorrow, Chapter 1 of the sequel begins. Now this book is going to be a lot longer and a lot more difficult to write. But because of our experience together over these last 4 years, I know that each of us can give our story a happy ending. Thank you.
Our final student speaker will be attending Northwest University and majoring in pastoral studies. Ben Howard.
We made it. I don't know about you, but I've been looking forward to graduating for the last 4 years. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying I didn't want to be here. I'm just saying I'm pretty sure we're all happy to be moving on. We've all spent the last 4 years trying to find our place, discover our talents, and make a name for ourselves. And now that we've reached the end, I only have one question for you. Who are you? This question at first seems to be a simple one. However, to really understand who you are, you now have to look back at who you used to be. Do me a favor. Think back to elementary school, the days of recess, Scooter Town, and times tables. Do you remember how easy it was to make a friend back then? No judgments, no comparing, just, hi, I'll trade you my cookies for your pudding cup, let's be friends. There were no expectations other than that we would share the foursquare ball and be on the same base race team. In elementary, friends were a dime a dozen, and that's just how it was. Then we got older and went to middle school. And when I say older, I mean older, not wiser. We had to adjust to multiple classes and being around more people. In the process, becoming more selective about who we were friends with, and more importantly, why we were friends. Our friendships became more conditional, depending upon something other than just hanging out. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure that many of us are still great friends with the people we met in middle school, whether it was in Chehalis or not. That being said, have you ever thought about how many more people you might have been close to if we'd all just given each other a chance? In middle school, we chose our friends by what they wore, if we were on the same baseball, football, or soccer team, who we had the most classes with, or who we rode the bus with every single day. Unfortunately, this also got in the way. If we wore the wrong clothes, were on the wrong team, or never sat next to each other on the bus. This is understandable, though, in middle school when we're young, immature, and just trying to figure out what works. The problems arise when we begin high school and don't leave our middle school judgments in the past where they belong. Every fall when the freshmen come, we complain about their immaturity, we criticize their ignorance, and we exercise our self-appointed right to lord over them. because we've conveniently forgotten that not so long ago we were those freshmen. We were scared, ignorant, and immature, as much as we'd like to deny it. And now we're graduating. We did our 4 years of hard labor, and we made it to the top. But as of tomorrow, we're all freshmen again. Whether you're going to college, joining the military, entering the workforce, or anything else, we're all freshmen in life. The difference with life is that people don't fit into nice little categories. People don't look at what team you played for, what clothes you wear, or who you went to school with. People want to know what's on the inside. For the last 3 months, I've been wearing this whiteboard. I've written simple things on it, like my favorite movie is Dead Poet Society. I'm claustrophobic and I love to sing. I've also written other things on it, like my parents have been divorced since I was 9. Me and my brother are diabetic, and I'm actually quite insecure. Who'd have thunk it? For those of you who don't know, my whole purpose for wearing the whiteboard was this. People judge people without taking the time to actually get to know them. I'm as guilty of this as anybody else. Given that I only had a few months of high school left, I wanted to make an impact in someone's life before I graduated. So I wore a whiteboard, because it's high school, and if it's not strange, then no one will notice. And on this whiteboard, I gave little glimpses of the real me. Some things were well known, others were not. And I did this to make people think, not only about who they were, but about who they thought other people were. I wanted us to give each other that chance that we missed out on in middle school. It's been a long road through school, but in the end I've realized something. I've had the pleasure of growing up with a fantastic group of students. No, a fantastic group of friends. And when we leave this place and go on with the rest of our lives, sure, we'll have to start over in the real world, but it's my sincerest hope that maybe, just maybe, wearing a whiteboard for 3 months has given you insight into who people really are. So to end, I leave you with one last message. It is finished.
I would now like to recognize the recipients of special recognitions earned at this high school. Please hold your applause until all the students have come forward in each group. A very special group of students in the class of 2011 have earned the right to wear gold honor cords. This signifies that they have qualified as the top 10 scholastically in their graduating class. At this time, I would like each student to come forward as I read your name. Emily Hurd, Ashley Nozar, Austin Hamilton, Megan O'Hara, Robert Pell, Peter Gregory, Lauren Phillips, Danica Maycumber, Christopher Walker, Genesis Leal. Yes. Thank you, top 10. Let me take your seats. WF West has a rigorous honors program involving challenging math, science, social studies, foreign language, and language arts coursework, open to juniors and seniors. This year, 20 seniors have earned the right to wear the gold honor stole, signifying that they have successfully completed the honors program. Will these students please come forward as I read your name?